So I'm sitting here with Kung Fu Kendra in the beautiful Palliser Hotel here in Calgary. I'm very excited to meet up with you because I've been studying you from afar, and I have to admit I'm fascinated by you. First things first, tell me how you got into Kung Fu.
Well, I started Kung Fu over 20 years ago. I was looking for something else in life. I was looking for the ability to move forward from where I was. I had kind of a mundane job. I wasn't necessarily happy at the time. And I stumbled upon a Kung Fu school in the city, the Canadian Wing Chun Kung Fu Academy. And I studied Kung Fu there for over 20 years. And with that training, I felt a huge transformation in my life, and I wanted to share with, at the time, Calgary Kung Fu, and now it's turned into a global mission, sharing Kung Fu with the world.
Tell me about your book. What is that book about?
The book, Push Your Way Through, is about how to use the ancient principles of Kung Fu to get what you want in life. The book was inspired by just everyday things in life. I found that, waiting in line too long, the Uber driver went the wrong way, or things that I thought, I can control. If I had it my way, we would do it like this. The book is about becoming more assertive, but not being aggressive, to get what you want in life. So it's using the principles of Kung Fu to shift the energy, to get what you want out of life. Because in life, let's face it, time is the most valuable thing. It's all we have. And I want to help people have more time to do the things that bring them joy. Because joy is what life is all about. Obviously health, but the ability to just be happy. A lot of times, the book talks about being the first to think of something or being the first to do something. Like for me, it was creating the first online Kung Fu certification course. Like, how is that possible? Well, it is possible. And being the first to do something like that is scary. And so there's an example of that in the book about how it's important to just not worry about what other people think and pursue your goals and your passions however you want to do them, as long as they're not hurting anybody else.
Has there been a situation where you've had to use Kung Fu, to get out of a jam or anything like that?
Definitely. I use Kung Fu pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Whether I'm playing chess,
Yeah.
whether I'm just going about my day, how I interact with people. In a more specific sense, I have been approached or attacked, I would say, from behind, and I was able to do the things I needed to do to get out of it. Kung Fu is also good for learning discernment, to not be a target, to hold yourself in such a way where you're not a target to become a victim. A lot of people are looking for the weak person, who's the one that looks like they would have no chance of defending themselves. So to learn Kung Fu, it's one thing to learn it and be good at it, but it's another thing to just know it enough to feel confident enough. And sometimes that's enough.
Tell me about your website, because you've got a lot going on and it all kind of relates to the same thing. So it's health and wellness, well-being, and center, I suppose.
Yes. So the website, kungfukendra.com, provides resources for people to learn things for free in the blog. I've got all kinds of exercise routines. I've got informative blogs about Kung Fu, well-being. The store has certification programs. As we've talked about, the online Wing Chun Kung Fu certification course, the world's first and only. The Feng Shui course. I teach the forms of Kung Fu. One is called Silam Dao, Chum Kill, Bil Ji. These are all like kata in karate. I have life coaching services I provide. I have a Reiki course. There's a lot of the courses I have aren't listed on my website. They're on Udemy. But I've been really focused. My mom passed away last August, and it still is like the hardest thing. I don't wish it on anybody. But after she passed away, I needed something to really focus in on. So I've just spent almost the last year developing and growing the Kung Fu organization with all of my heart and passion in mind. I've got a scholarship program devoted to her, the Bonnie Atkins Memorial Scholarship, and you can find that on my website. I do a drawing quarterly, a year, and the recipient of that award receives every program I've ever made. So I do that in memory of her, and the website has got a ton of information. It's got an about page, and that talks about my direct lineage to Bruce Lee, which is really fascinating, and I feel extremely fortunate. I'm a second generation master in the Ip Man lineage.
The world is crazy right now. We just had a crazy election. How would you use Kung Fu to navigate all the people, whichever side of politics they're on right now, that don't know what to do? Because it's such a mess.
Well, it's kind of just be in the moment. You know, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The election was really a roller coaster ride. The things going on in the United States, things are very unpredictable right now. And like Kung Fu, things are unpredictable. There's a lot of moving parts. You don't know if you're going to be attacked or what move is going to come next. And the way you get through that is to just stay centered and to focus on the here and now. And I do that through breathing exercises, through, sitting down and closing my eyes for a couple of minutes and just recentering and knowing that no matter what happens, we'll be able to maneuver around it.
What would you say to someone who's kind of going through a rough time right now and this could help them?
Well, I like to use the analogy that I use in chess, which is it's not over till it's over. On the board, it might seem like, your queen is gone, all your pieces have been taken, but all it takes, is just one of those little pawns to make it to the end. And you know what? Sometimes it does, and you're back in the game. So my suggestion is definitely go to my website, check it out. I have workout programs, home workout programs, ab workout programs, Kung Fu programs if you want to get certified and work for yourself. It's a one-stop shop to be inspired, to take control and get what you want in life. I have a free giveaway for your viewers if they go to kungfukendra.com/Robbie. You can receive chapter 1 of my book completely free.